Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. One hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is mentioned in many books, Bukhari, Muslim. There was a person from the Banu Israel whose name was Jurayj, and he was an abid, always worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he had a monastery where he used to stay, and day and night he used to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one day he was performing salah, and his mother came and said, Ya Jurayj, and she called him, Oh Jurayj. Now Jurayj, he's in his salah. He's saying, Salati wa ummi. Saying, shall I answer my mother or shall I carry on praying my salah? And he carried on performing his salah. Next day she comes again. And she calls out, and he's performing salah. He says, Ya Jurayj, oh Jurayj. Again he says, Ya Rab, Salati wa ummi. This is my mother here calling me. And I'm performing my salah. And he doesn't respond, and he carries on performing salah. Third day, the same thing happens again. And this angered the mother. And she prayed against Jurayj. She said, may you not die until you see the women faces of prostitutes. This was the prayer which she made against Jurayj. And this incident happened. Now after this, one day, there was few people that used to graze their animals. One of them gave birth. And they asked her, who's the father? Said, the father is Jurayj. Now all the people in the city, they got very angry. They came, they knocked down his monastery where he used to stay. They pulled him out into the streets, they're beating him. And this was because of the prayer of his mother. Now, Jurayj, he said, bring the child. The child came and said, he questioned the child and he said, who is your father? And he said that it is so and so. So they cleared the name of Jurayj. So these people, they said, we will reconstruct your house, your monastery out of gold for you. He said, no, just do it how it was the first time. What do we learn from this story? That, our parents, their prayer is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, the dua which is most accepted is da'watul walid li waladih. That if a father makes dua for his children, this dua is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no doubt in this. People, we go running behind mashayikh, please make dua for us, please make dua for us. We go running behind our teachers, please make dua for us, please make dua for us. Why? Because we believe the dua is accepted, and the dua is accepted. But it is not more accepted than the dua of your parents for you. We never go to our parents and say to them, make dua for us. We want to serve our parents, our teachers, our mashayikh. Subhanallah, very good. But we should also serve our parents. Sometimes it's so unfortunate that when Ramadan comes, Eid comes, we want to buy a gift for our teachers. We want to buy a gift for our shuyukh. Subhanallah, very good. Very good. But we never ever give a gift to our own parents. Never ever do we give them something. This is how we shouldn't behave like this. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Raghima anfun, Raghima anfun, Raghima anfun. That may that person be destroyed. Oh, who, O Prophet of Allah? Who, O Prophet of Allah? He said, the one who finds his parents, any one of them, in old age, and even then he does not enter Jannah, may this person be destroyed. Imagine. One Sahabi radiyallahu anhu, he came to the Prophet of Allah, he said, I want to go for jihad. Such a great amal, wants to go for jihad. He said, not only this, look at his zeal. He said, I have left my parents in such a condition that they are crying at home, and I've come for jihad. What the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said? He said, go and make your parents happy just like you made them cry. For you, jihad lies in serving your parents. Jihad lies for you in serving your parents. It's unfortunate, the youth today, not only the youth, even the ulama, people who become scholars. They become scholars, and just because they know something, just because they've got a bit of knowledge, now they will go and they will start preaching against to their parents, hurting them. Now what you're doing is wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. And they don't know they've hurt the heart of their parents. The hukuk of your parents are, sometimes it's like people, we get caught up in life so much that we forget the value of our parents, or what they are. Your parents are the most valuable thing That is why there was an interview taking place, and one person, he said to Ma Tariq Jamil, Ahmad Barakatuh, he said to him, what was the time when you were the most grieved in your whole life? The sadma. What was this one moment? He said, the day I lost my parents. This was for my whole life, the time when why? Because if you lose a child, you can have multiple children. If you lose a wife, a person can get married again. You only got one, you got one father, one mother, that's it. You look after them, that is it. You can't have another parent. And how you treat your parents, this is how you're going to be treated. This is the nizam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That how you treat your parents, this is how your children will treat you. If you are good to them, your parents, your children will be good to you. If you are obedient to your parents, the youth today, they come home and they think the mother is a slave. That what they'll do, they'll walk home, they'll take off their coat and they just throw it onto the floor. And who's going to pick up this? Who's going to pick up the clothes? Who's going to pick up this coat and hang it? They expect the parents that you pick up the clothes and you put it. They'll wake up in the morning, they won't make the bed. They won't open the curtains of their room. Why? The parents should make it. Who should wash your clothes? My mother should wash it. So if one day she didn't do the washing, she didn't do the laundry, the child will wake up and says, where's my PE kit? Say, Dikra is still in the wash. He saw, why didn't you wash it? He'll become angry. I mean, they're not your slaves. Your parents are not your slaves. You should be grateful for what they do for you. You should be grateful that what they serve you. The parents, you can never repay your parents. If you look at, some of the Sahaba radiallahu anhu, we find instances and stories that from the Tabi'een, they would carry their mother on their shoulders and do the entire Hajj. Imagine the entire Hajj, walking the Safa Marwa, the Tawaf. Imagine after we pelt the shaitan, do we walk to go and do Tawaf, or we go we catch a taxi? What do we do? Who's been for Hajj? Majority of the people catch a taxi. When we go to Mina and we go from Arafah to Muzdalifah, what do? Do we go walking or do we catch a taxi? Even though we've got so good footwear, we've got £100 worth of footwear, even then we go in a taxi, right? Because who's going to walk all that distance? So imagine walking, carrying your mother on your shoulders the entire Hajj. I said, have you repaid the favor of your mother? I said, no chance. You've not even repaid one fraction of this. But what you've done is good. What you have done is good. You have not repaid even one fraction of this. Therefore, if our parents are alive, let us value them. Let us value them before it's too late. Because you will always regret once they go into the grave. You will go by their grave and you will cry. It's too late now. You can't serve them now. Now you can only pray for them. But the khidmah you could have done, I know great ulama who have teach hadith, who teach Bukhari, who run a madrasa where there is more than 500 students. Imagine how busy are these people. That they teach Bukhari, they're running a madrasa of 500 students. Every single night, not even one night goes past, they go to their old father, they apply oil in the hair, massage the head, massage the feet, and they will go back home every single night. This is what you call serving your parents. And this is what you need to do. The ulama write that when you're walking with your parents, with your father, you should always walk behind your father. This is part of adab, part of respect. Sometimes in our homes, we've got sofas, we've got one-seater, we've got a two-seater, we've got a three-seater in the room. What's the best seat in the room? The one which is a one-seater. So if a child is sitting there and the father walks into the room, then he should get up and go on to the two-seater or the three-seater and let the father sit on the one which is the one seat. This is part of adab for the parents. If you see this in the Arab culture, once our teacher, he told us that the Arabs, when they're all sitting there in the room and the father comes in, then the children all go up and they go outside the room until they are given permission by the father again to enter the room. This is what you call adab. This is what you call respect of the parents. Sometimes the youth, because of computers, it's created this rage inside children. They're playing computer for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and the mother just needs to say, Dikra, can you switch the computer off now? And can you go for namaz? What would the child do? What does the child do straight away? He starts shouting. Why are you telling me to switch it off? I'll switch it off in 5 minutes. They say, come and eat. He's still playing computer. Come and eat. Still playing computer. Come and eat. Still playing computer. Where's the adab gone? Where's the respect gone? When we're eating food, What should a person do? You eat food, you pick up your own plate, you should leave your plate there for your parents to pick up. What should you do? You should pick up your own plate. That's common sense. But what would the child do? He'll leave his plate, expect his parents to pick it up, wash it, clean it, dry it, everything parents should do. And what does the child want? He wants to do nothing. When you're seeking knowledge here, the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ is very, very clear that you need to serve your parents. You need to serve your elders. You know, the dua of your parents is everything. Serve them, make them happy before it is too late. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Subhanakallah.